What's up, everyone? DKRACK here. So, all right, guys, we're going to check out Mr. Nightmare's brand new scary stories. 3 true disturbing Postmates / DoorDash stories. Like always, guys, I'll link to Mr. Nightmare's original video down below. Make sure and go check him out. He makes awesome, scary stories. Also, if you're new to the channel, make sure and click that subscribe button, click the bell. I'd really appreciate it. Also, I'm here with my friend MFF Gaming. He's right down below reacting to this with me. Make sure and go subscribe to his channel as well. Link in the description. But guys, let's go ahead and check this out. In 3, 2, 1, play. Always got to have the creepy music, right?
I wonder if he makes these, like the music.
No, I think he gets it offline.
2 months. I worked as a delivery driver for the app DoorDash. It was to make some quick money on the side on the weekends. I live in a suburb of Nevada, so
I don't even know what
deliveries are usually
DoorDash
quick
is,
and
to tell you the
close.
truth, is like people deliver food.
Someone made a big order to a local burger joint, and I
You order
accepted the
food off your
delivery.
phone, they deliver to you.
When the food was finished, I loaded it into my car and checked
That's
the
convenient.
destination on the app. It was a house across town in a cul-de-sac. I tended to drive quickly
There's also
over the
Grubhub,
speed limit
too.
to get more deliveries out, aka get more money. When you drive like me, though, you're bound to get into some trouble once in a while. And this time, as I was driving up the block towards the cul-de-sac, I saw the sickening glow of the blue and red lights in my rearview mirror.
Oh, please.
I pulled to the side and got written a ticket for more money than I'd possibly even make that night.
Oh, crap.
It was a horrible feeling that I'd spent my night doing deliveries only to end up losing money.
Was
Still,
he speeding?
I had to finish this delivery.
I have no idea.
Albeit a bit late now. After the cop got back in his car, I drove right down towards the cul-de-sac. I got to the house, ran towards the front door, and knocked really hard since there was apparently no doorbell. As I waited for the door to open, I looked around this dark cul-de-sac. I say dark because there weren't any streetlights, only the small
Dreadful.
amount of light that was given off by the 3 total houses sitting on the street. It was a pretty unusual dead end, not a nice looking spot by any means. The house wasn't exactly the prettiest either. The door finally opened, and an average height bald guy opened the door. He had a grayish beard with brown stains in the middle.
Oh, no, he's bald.
His
No.
body language and way of behaving was immediately
Baldy.
weird, screaming drunk or a drug
Baldy's
addict.
basics. No.
To top it off, his breath was awful as he said how
Number 2.
voice. He told me to come in. I told him no, it's okay, as I held out his bag of food.
You
waiting for
pause
him
it
to grab
quick.
so I could leave.
One thing I always hear and see in these delivery stories, you know, these delivery horror stories. Dude,
Yeah.
you ever go to deliver somewhere and they ask you to come in? If like I've never delivered food like pizza or whatever type of food. Don't go in the freaking house. Just say I'll wait on the porch, right?
Yep. I wouldn't
Dude.
say I'm coming in. Hell no.
You go into a house, there could be 2, 3 other guys. They hit you over the head. They rob you. Who knows? They, you know,
That might kill you.
they might be what they, you know, organ trafficking, where they literally strip people of their organs and leave them to, you know, because, you know what I mean? Like organs
Yeah.
on the black market can be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Dude, don't go into some random house, no matter how nice the person seems.
Is.
I'm at 212.
So am I.
3, 2, 1, play.
He said, no, come in, I got something for you. I told him, really,
Yeah,
it's okay,
see?
I need to be on my way. He said something along the lines of not being able to tip me through the app, so he'd have to give me some cash money.
I'd say I'll wait at the door.
Against my better judgment, I entered the house with his food still in my hand.
You
I heard a car
idiot.
pulling up into the cul-de-sac as I stepped inside.
Well, at least he said he had
As soon as I cleared
judgment
the door,
about it. He just
the
ignored
man
it.
slammed it shut and told me to follow him to the kitchen and to put the food on the table.
Dude.
For some reason, even as uncomfortable as this guy made me, I followed him into his disgusting, messy, smelly kitchen. He went into his
It
basement
looks like a
and told
hoarder
me to
house.
wait there in the kitchen. He shut the door, and I heard him stomping down his steps.
You know how many of these stories I've
I
heard,
stood
bro?
there feeling awkward,
Where they
but also
literally
nervous.
get the people in the house and try to rob them
There
or
was a
kill
short
them or
silence.
whatever,
Yeah.
bro.
And I stood there looking at my phone, texting a couple friends about what I was experiencing currently. Suddenly, there was a huge crash from down in the basement. It sounded like a big shelf holding a bunch of smaller items toppling over.
He's probably going to say,
Followed
come
by
help
what
me,
was a
right?
scream for
No,
help.
no, no.
It seemed as though the man was hurt by whatever had fallen
My ass
down.
is not going in the basement, bro.
I ran to the basement door and opened it, and to my surprise, looked down to see nothing but darkness. Not a single light was on.
Great.
Oh,
I called down into the
hell
basement.
no,
You okay?
dude.
I heard the man moaning in apparent pain in the darkness below. I asked where the light switch was. Instead, he just kept saying, "Help." I used the flashlight on my Samsung to start walking down the
Dude,
noisy,
this could be some
creaky
deep web
stairs.
crap. There could be five
As I got
other
maybe
guys
halfway
down
down,
there trying to kidnap
the
you,
man's
bro.
moaning sound stopped,
Yeah.
and it was
You know?
completely silent. I stopped as I realized how silent it had grown. and
I would
asked if he
leave,
was
bro.
Still okay. There was no response. Suddenly, I got a really bad feeling in my gut. Something wasn't right.
Yeah.
Someone's probably behind
I
him,
heard a
bro.
small cracking sound from in front of the steps, like a pebble being crushed against a concrete floor. Then there was a loud knocking at the front door upstairs. I turned and ran upstairs to open it, and it was the cop who had pulled me over about 5 minutes ago.
Oh,
He
dude.
was holding something familiar, 2 folded pieces of paper clipped together, asking me if it was mine. It was, and I grabbed it from him. But I also told him in obvious distress that I thought something strange was going on with this man who I just delivered food
Oh,
to.
dude, that cop saved his
I
life,
told him it
bro.
sounded like he got injured downstairs, but that it also seemed suspicious. I showed the cop to the basement door, and with his hand on his holster, he called down into the basement. I told him there wasn't a light switch. So he took out his flashlight and started walking down
It's like
the
the
stairs
beginning of a
slowly.
horror movie, bro.
Yeah,
He hit at
dude.
the top of the stairs as he progressed to the bottom
It's
step.
like the fucking
then
Chainsaw
disappeared from my
Massacre.
view.
Dude, this has 3 true
I didn't wait
stories
too long
apparently,
before
bro.
hearing a commotion downstairs.
No.
The cop seemed to be yelling in response to being attacked.
Oh,
The
no.
commotion ended with a gunshot.
Ooh.
Ooh.
And there were cries of pain. Genuine cries this time. The cop called up to me to come help him get the guy upstairs. He asked me to hold the flashlight as he guided the man who was now cuffed up the stairs. All the while, he was screaming in pain and at the cop. The cop brought him outside and called for an ambulance on his radio. He wanted me to stick around to sign a witness statement. I stuck around for about half an hour before I left and went home. Who would have thought the same cop who wrote me a ticket would potentially save my life 10 minutes later?
Dude, all I can say quick, there's a lot of people who don't like cops, but
Yeah.
thank God for that cop, right?
Yeah.
There are good
Dude,
cops out there, bro.
I just got an ad.
That's fine. I'm at 6:04 when you're ready.
All right.
You know what I mean, though? A lot
Yeah.
of people nowadays like don't like cops.
Yeah.
Dude, thank God for that cop, though, right?
Yeah. I'm there.
3, 2, 1, play.
I occasionally do some deliveries for Postmates. Usually late
Man.
at night after work during the week. or
That was
on
creepy,
weekends.
bro.
I use my motorcycle.
What if the
as an
dude,
outlet
like,
to
tried
get
to
from
jump
point A
him?
to point B faster.
Trying
I
to
was
act like
delivering
he's
some
in
Mexican
pain and
food to
shit.
a guy named
Yeah.
Ron. It
Down
was a
there, you know?
15-minute drive from the burrito place to Ron's address. When I got to the listed address, I brought the
creepy
food up the
music,
long
Mr.
driveway
Nightmare.
and up to the front
Shit.
door. I rang the bell, and an older woman opened the door. I said delivery for
It's
Ronnie,
been 84
but the woman
years.
looked confused and said, "There's no Ronnie here." I apologized and said I had the wrong house. So I went back to my bike and double-checked the app, making sure I was at the right house. And according to the app, I was.
What?
The house number was 15, just like listed on the app. I figured
What?
it was time to call this Ron guy to figure out if he had made a mistake with the address. I used the call feature on the app, but after one ring, it went to voicemail. So I tried texting instead, and within seconds, he replied back. I told him the address he gave me was wrong, and he swiftly said, "Yeah, sorry about that." He explained that he didn't actually live here, but that he was chilling with his friend in the preserve across the street from the house listed on the delivery.
Oh,
He requested I
Aw.
come to the
bro,
nature preserve
no.
by the
In
fire
the
and drop it
field,
off
bro?
there.
No.
He mentioned he was sorry about this and was planning on leaving a generous tip.
Did he say in the forest,
One
bro?
time before, I did have someone
think he said
request I
field or
drop off their
forest,
food
something
at
of
a
that
park
nature.
near their house. So at that moment, it didn't seem like the strangest thing in the world. It was just a slight inconvenience, but one that
Yeah,
would apparently make up
it's
for
the
with a tip.
forest.
The preserve was gated, but there happened to be an
Preserve.
opening leading into it
Why
right
would you
across
go out in
street
the
from house.
woods, dude? No.
At
Follow
night?
the dirt
No.
trail until the light post ended, and any further, I would be walking into complete darkness. I looked around for the
Yeah,
light of the
no.
fire, and as a matter of fact, I did see a
The
hint of light
freaking
coming
serial
from the
killer,
woods.
bro.
I started
dude,
making my
that's
way
how
over
dark it
into the
is up in
increasing darkness
Allegheny.
of the woods,
Hey.
leaving the lit up area.
Like, dude, it's so
As I
dark
got
you can't see
closer,
your
I
face.
confirmed it
Or
was
you
light
can't
from
see your
the
hand in
fire.
front of your face.
Why were they in the middle of the woods, though?
Yeah,
The
really.
question of why they were
Why are they in
expecting
the
me to bring it to
woods?
them out there started to
I want
ring
to
in my
freaking
head.
kill you, dude.
I yelled out Ron's name a few times when I
Or
was
rob
within
him.
yelling distance of the fire. No answer. When I got close enough, I noticed something. There was no one sitting around that campfire. I asked
What?
myself, was that the right fire? But that was a silly question. How many fires could there be on a weeknight in the preserve? I walked a little closer to the fire and noticed a tent behind it. Maybe they were in there. So once again, I yelled Ron's name as I approached the tent. It was zipped up. I tapped on the tent and said Ron's name again. So I finally unzipped the tent and knelt down to look inside. I saw someone laying down on their stomach, facing away from me, so that their shoes were only a few inches from my face.
Probably someone tied up,
They
bro.
seemed to be
No.
asleep.
Yeah.
This was getting a bit ridiculous.
Damn.
So I just marked the order as delivered and turned ready to walk away. I didn't even make it a single step before noticing someone standing about 20 feet from me, between
Oh.
two
Yo,
big
what?
trees. He
No.
called
No.
out, "Are you alone?"
Is that a
"No,"
machete
I
on the
said.
ground?
"My friend is just over there." The guy asked, "Why aren't you alone?" I said I do my deliveries with a partner. He asked, "Where's my food?" I was about to tell him it was in the tent when I felt two hands grab both my legs and tried pulling me down.
What?
I
No,
looked down
dude.
and saw the arms reaching out from the tent. Ron, presumably the guy who I was just talking to, started charging at me. With only maybe 5 seconds to act, I did manage to escape the grasp of the two hands and run past Ron, if that was even his real name. I don't think he chased me after I left the vicinity of the fire. I found my way back to the bike easily, and I drove off without taking a second to look back. I contacted Postmates customer service about it. They told me I should escalate it to the police, as there was nothing they could do.
Oh,
By the
dude.
time they even responded with that, I didn't even feel up to going through with a police report. I just figured I'd let it go. I got lucky and I was unharmed. Still, it taught me one thing. If your instinct tells you to turn and walk away, do it.
You turn and walk away.
If you have a gut feeling,
Yeah, dude,
leave,
I'm getting
bro.
an ad.
All right. I'm at 10:42.
Okay, I'm gonna let my dog out really quick. I'll be right back.
All
Since
right.
it's in between the stories. Hold on.
It's fine. He's got to let his dog out quick, guys. So we'll just wait for him to get back and react to the last story. All right, guys. That little Mr. Smoke is this little, like little diffuser thing my wife has. It like gives off like scent and stuff. Helps with allergies and crap. If you're wondering what that is. Oh, while we're sitting here and waiting, guys, if you enjoy this reaction and stuff, make sure and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Do scary reactions, all type of stuff like that. Also, if you have another video you want me to check out, just leave a comment down below. Let me know what you want me to react to next. Number 15. A kid walks in the forest all alone and tries to get killed by two guys having a campfire. My name is Chills. Sorry for the dead air, guys. He'll be back in just a second, I hope.
All right, I'm back.
All right, I'm at 1042, story 3.
I'm at 10:43.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play.
For some reason, I never really used any of those food delivery apps until recently, after learning how convenient they are. One night after a late work shift, I didn't have time to make dinner, so I ordered some Chinese food off Postmates. It was originally estimated to be delivered in half an hour, but I waited a lot longer than that. Around the 45-minute mark is when I started getting impatient. I called the Postmate driver, and he picked up after a few rings. I asked him where he was. He asked, "Who is this?" I said, "Tracy, the girl he was delivering food for." There was a short silence. Then he said, "Oh yes, I'm on my way." So I thanked him and hung up.
I wonder if she called the wrong number, bro.
And basically just played
crap.
around on my phone, dying for the Postmates driver to just show up already. Just then my phone started vibrating, and knowing that it was likely the Postmates driver calling me, I felt very relieved that the food was probably here at last. I picked up and waited for him to say something. I had to say hello like 4 times before he finally started speaking. He said he's outside. I didn't really know how to respond to that, so I said okay and then described my house to him. Then he said something weird.
What?
He asked me to come outside to get the food. I opened my front door to check if he was there. He wasn't. I asked him where he was as I stepped out onto the front deck. There was another pause. I looked around my whole front yard and didn't see anyone. I told him I didn't see
What's that
him.
in the distance?
He said, "I see you."
Dude, something is
Again, I
sketchy
didn't
as
know how to
hell here,
respond.
bro.
But the way he said it was just so creepy. The last thing he said before I hung up the phone was, "You look really pretty."
Oh, no.
At that point, I went inside and slammed my door shut and locked it. I opened the Postmates app, and it said my food was delivered. I didn't know what was going on here, but I was growing increasingly uncomfortable. I shut off all the lights in my house and started looking out each window. I started with the living room windows. Didn't see anyone. Then I checked the dining room windows. Nothing. Next, the kitchen. Still no one. So I went down to our den, which was by the back door. I hadn't raised the curtain that morning because of work, so I pulled the string to raise it up. Only a little bit.
Dude, someone's gonna be
Just enough to
standing
peek
there,
under
bro.
to check the backyard. This whole time I was looking out windows. I don't think I actually expected to see someone. But when I looked under the curtain to the den window, I saw a man sitting in my back patio.
What?
He wasn't on his phone, he wasn't doing anything. He was just sitting there, as if he were waiting for me. I lowered the curtain back down, and then my phone rang. It was the guy again. I picked up, and he immediately said, "I just saw you at the window." All I said to him was, "I'm calling the cops," and I hung up. I went back to the living room and called the cops. The man on the phone said an officer would be over shortly. After I hung up, my phone kept ringing. It was the man.
Oh, no.
I kept rejecting his calls, but he wouldn't stop. Sitting there waiting for the cops was one of the most tense moments of my life. Eventually, there was a knock at the door, followed by a man shouting, "Police." I jumped off the couch and ran to open the door. I was confused to see not a man in a police uniform.
It's that
but
guy,
some man in
dude.
some dirty street clothes.
No.
Who gave a disturbing smile as soon as we made eye contact.
No.
He opened the storm door and tried to get in, but I pushed the front door hard enough to get it shut and lock it. He didn't bang on the door, he didn't scream anything. I think he simply ran off after that.
Who is this guy,
A
dude?
few minutes later, the actual police showed up, and they searched the property with me. We found the man's phone left on the table in the backyard. The background to the phone was a white guy with a blonde girl, presumably his girlfriend. I note this because the man who was on my stoop was not white, he was Hispanic. I did a little detective work with the cops and came to the conclusion that this man was not originally my Postmates driver, that he had stolen the driver's phone somehow mid-delivery.
Oh, no.
The police
Yep.
confiscated the phone and left after taking a report. As far as I know, that man never returned to my house, but this was easily the scariest experience of my life.
Dude, I knew something there was fishy, right? What
Yeah, that
the
was
hell?
sketchy as hell.
Well, guys, that was 3 true disturbing Postmates / DoorDash stories by Mr. Nightmare. If you guys enjoyed this reaction, please make sure and subscribe. Click the bell, smack the like button, leave a comment down below, all the good stuff, guys. Thanks for watching, and until next time, peace.